Many are continuing to say that President Biden, he's asleep at the wheel as competing world powers ramp up. Hundreds of thousands of migrants are pouring into our country, and overseas hotspots are flaring up with President Biden in office. So what can be done about this? The answer right now, clearly not much.
Yeah, not much at all. And, you know, it reminds me of this picture of President Biden at the G20 summit. Look at him. He's off on the side while President Trump is in the middle. It is pretty symbolic of how each president is perceived on the world stage.
You know, it's funny, Jen, they always say a picture's worth 1,000 words, and it really does show the contrast and the difference between the two administrations. Some people are actually mocking President Biden after he had apologized for former President Trump pulling out of that Paris Accords environmental treaty. The Global Times wrote a headline that said, Biden's apology in Glasgow shows hypocrisy, powerless of U.S. politicians. It went on in the article to say most people believe this was hardly an apology, but a slap in the face of his predecessor, a move to pin all the blame on Trump. This is not about how sorry Biden is. He was making a show and bringing U.S. political infighting to the global arena.
Yeah, and I want to remind everyone of where we were not too long ago.
I have been very, very direct with Secretary Stoltenberg and members of the alliance in saying that NATO members must finally contribute their fair share. This is not fair to the people and taxpayers of the United States.
And we have Russia that is not acting in a way that is consistent with what we had hoped, and as well as China.
We know that weakness is the surest path to conflict, and unmatched power is the surest means to our true and great defense.
This is not a joke. You know what the Joint Chiefs told us the greatest threat facing America was? Global warming.
We've been ripped off by everybody. Over the last number of years, China has taken out of this country $500 billion and more a year.
But the idea that China's going to eat our lunch was like I remember debates in the late 90s. Remember Japan was going to own us? Give me a break.
Give me a break.
Wow.
It's just, Jen, you know the funny thing is, when you listen to that side by side, you see that contrast it's so clear. The thing with Trump was he was willing to take these guys on head first. That's America first, saying, I don't really care about being your buddy. I'm putting my country that I was elected to lead first.
Yeah, it's really something to see it in a montage like that. It's obviously evident the two extremes, but when you see it side by side, a leader versus somebody who I don't think he knows what day it is half of the time, it's really striking.
It really is. That side by side makes it so clear.